evening. Let me fix something. Gotta love this. And all the new tech, We're getting there. By razor cuts, I feel like we're getting there. Hi. My name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company. No, not that kind of yoga. And tonight we happen to be doing Pilates, mat Pilates. If you're just joining me for the first time, mat Pilates is the process of learning to control your own body weight and accessing the strength of your core. And your core in Pilates runs right from shoulders down to knees. So it's more of a total body workout. It's very small. It's about incremental movement. And we'll be getting that. It'll just take you some time. So that said, I have a blanket. I have water. I'm listening to my Mellow Morning Sipper on my Spotify. The link's in the comments. And let's just go ahead and get started. So we are going to start on our backs tonight. And we're going to do actually quite a bit of stuff on our backs tonight. Mostly because I know it's not as hot as it has been this week, but it just feels weird outside, I think. Anyway, if you're joining me at a different time, this is evening, mid-July, and it's been weird today. Weirdly hot and weirdly sunny. I don't know. All right. So let's get started. We're gonna be on our backs. I want you to move your feet to a comfortable distance away from your hips. So just whatever natural angle of knee that you're gonna fall into. What's more important is lining up the femur, the center of your kneecap, with the ischial spines, the ischial exuberance. So that's the front line of your pelvic cradle, not these high hip bones and not our sit bones, but these bones right here, just sit right in the front of your hips. And I want you to just draw that line straight up. It's gonna feel a little weird. It might be a little wider or narrower than is natural for you, and that's okay. What we wanna concentrate on is not letting the knees flop out or sink in. So we're gonna activate the adductors to stabilize our legs. The other thing that we wanna concentrate on is not digging our feet into the mat. So we're gonna be doing some pelvic tilting. We're gonna be doing some toe touches. We're gonna be doing some leg extensions. And I want you to make sure that we're not digging the supporting foot into the mat, because it's not really gonna help, and you're gonna tense up your glutes, and then we're gonna lose kind of contact. We're gonna lose contact with the awareness of our core. So, and then rock your shoulders side to side and try to flatten those scapula against the mat, and then drop your shoulders as far away from your ears as you can. So that's gonna feel a little overextended and open, but that's what we want. And then we're gonna work our zip up, and we're gonna just do this about 3 or 4 times tonight. It's always good to go back to basics every once in a while. Your hands can rest at your sides. I like to turn my hands palms up, particularly in Pilates, because then I'm not pushing down into the mat. There are some exercises that we're going to stabilize with our biceps and triceps, and we'll press that upper arm into the mat, but that's a little bit later on in our flow. So just relax those hands. You can also just set them on your belly. I also like that position because it helps me cue the constant activation of my core. So speaking of a core, and you've been speaking a lot, Julia, tonight, I know. Let's pull the pelvic floor up and in. That is the muscle that controls urination. Ladies, if you've had a baby, you know what that's about. So let's draw that pelvic floor up and in. We're gonna squeeze the low belly together and gather that low abdominal core strength up and in. We're gonna slide that belly button a little closer to the spine. So I want you to hollow that out. I call it that Raquel Welch belly button. And then these ribs, which feel a little spread out because we're nice and open in our chest, might feel a little flared up. Give me a cough or a huh, and you'll feel those ribs tilt down. I want you to activate those muscles and keep those ribs anchored. So we've got the pelvic floor up and in, the low belly drawn to center, the belly button scooped deeply toward the spine, and our ribs tucked. And we're breathing into our chest, inhaling through the nose and blowing out through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose and blowing out through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose and blowing out through the mouth. One more time. Inhaling through the nose and blowing out through the mouth. And relax for a minute. Take a little slide side to side with the hips, maybe a little sway side to side with the knees. So what we want to concentrate on is, number one, we're breathing against our diaphragm. And number two, every time you exhale, I would like you to draw deeper into the belly button. Feel like scooping that diaphragm all the way up and hollowing this out even more so. So that's what I want you to really think about as we are exhaling. The other thing is, of course, keeping that Pilates zip from the pelvic floor all the way up to the ribs. All right, we're going to do that exercise 2 more times. We'll take a much briefer rest between the second and third round. So let's pull the pelvic floor up and in. Draw that low belly together. Pull the belly button down toward the back. Scoop those hips down. And let's breathe. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Go deeper. And relax. Woo! Take little rocks side to side. So I don't know about you, but I'm feeling that heat build right up from my gluteus medius up into the insertion points of my obliques, generating a little bit of heat in the adductors. All right, last round just to get warmed up. So let's readjust. Make sure everything's open and we are engaged. Let's go. Pelvic floor, belly button. Oh, I skipped the low belly. Ribs. Are we zipped up? Here we go. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale, exhale. And relax. Woo! Take a little sway side to side. All right, so we're going to work the first round, toe touches, but we are going to keep one foot on the mat this time. I think last week or the week before, we did our alternating sweeps, which I think is a little bit more challenging. So tonight, we're going back to our modified version, just so we can really concentrate on keeping the core zipped up. So hands can be at your sides, palms up. They can be resting on your belly. Relax the arms, tuck the chin. And basically what we're going to do is each time we exhale, we're going to sip and exhale in between. Each time we exhale, we're going to move and we're going to just take our leg up and we're holding and we'll take the leg down. And then we're going to alternate. We're going to take the leg up and hold and then take the leg down. So that's our mode. We're going to do 3 sets of 8. And it's that slow, that fast. Each time you pause is the inhale. Each time we move is the exhale. All right, here we go. Let's zip it up. Pull the pelvic floor up and in. Squeeze the low belly. Hollow out the belly button. Anchor the ribs. Inhale to prepare. And exhale, lift. Inhale and lower. Inhale and lift. Inhale and lower. Inhale, lift. Inhale and lower. Inhale and lift. Inhale and lower. That was halfway. Inhale and fire. And release. Inhale and move. Inhale and lower. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and lower. Inhale. Oh, I just went against my breathing and release. All right, rest. Woo! That was our 1 set. Take a little sway side to side. All right, so I'm feeling a nice warm radiation of heat in this low belly band from the center of my spine in the back, around the top of my hips and into my low belly, just in case you're wondering where you're feeling this response to this exercise. Remember, if you get a foot cramp, it's because you're tensing up your feet. Give those feet a little shake, keep the energy out of them, and give them a little wiggle. All right, here we go. Take a little sway side to side. And we're gonna go with our zip up. Pull the pelvic floor up and in. Low belly, draw the into center. Belly button and ribs. Tuck the chin. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale, lower. That's our pace. Relax the feet. Check your zip up. Is your pelvic floor up and in? Low belly squeeze. Relax the feet. 2 more. And relax, release. Let's lengthen those legs and take a big stretch up over the ceiling. Oh, over the ceiling. Bit along the mat. Ooh, excuse me, big yawn late in the evening. All right, we have 1 more set of those. Take a little rock side to side. Excuse me. And here we go. Pull that pelvic floor up and in. Scoop the low belly. Pull the belly button down. Anchor the hips, not the hips, the ribs. And relax those shoulders. Here we go. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and inhale. Lift. Take a sip and lower. Inhale and lift. Take a sip and lower. Keep moving. Inhale, exhale. Take a breath and exhale. I messed that up. Two more. And release. Woo, we're gonna stretch it out. Nice big reach over the head. I like to reach one hip down, lengthen the leg, and then switch. Reach the other leg down, lengthen the leg. All right. Bringing those feet right back up. Let's take a little rock side to side. I'm actually gonna grab a quick drink of water. Oh. And we're going right back down. Here we go. So we're gonna work a little pelvic tilt. And this is gonna be low belly. And the breathing on this, if you're familiar with the active bridge pose in yoga, sorry, I had to process that, is we inhale up and exhale down. We're gonna inhale in position and exhale up and take a sip and exhale down. So that's kind of a wonky way of breathing in active bridge, but it's really how we're gonna keep this that strong activation of the low belly. How about that for enunciation? All right. We're going to rest the hands down this time and palms will relax, but I want your arms to be open. I want you to be able to rest those shoulder blades flat on the mat. My chin's gonna be tucked. We're gonna tuck those heels up towards the glutes, so we wanna close that gap. And we're gonna draw up and really concentrate on balancing these knees, not letting them sway out or in. All right, let's pull the pelvic floor up and in. Draw the low belly together. Scoop the belly button and sink those ribs. So I want you to imagine in our curl, we're gonna draw the hip bones up toward the rib cage. So if you want to, you can put your pinky on the top of your hip, like on that ischial crest, and then put the thumbs on your bottom ribs. And that's going to help you imagine that kind of reverse crunch. All right, we've been holding our core up and in. Let's take an inhale to prepare. And we're just going to scoop into this low pelvic tilt, draw up. Take a sip and slowly exhale down. Inhale and draw up. Take a sip and lower. And take an inhale and scoop so deep into this core. Pull the pelvic floor up and in and down. And up and down. Check your pelvic floor. Keep moving. And release. Whoo! I don't know about you, I was working that. I'm feeling that right over in my, the iliacus crest, a little bit in my hip flexors, but definitely in my low belly. I'm feeling that powerfully in these intercostals underneath these bottom ribs and through my obliques, internal and external. Woohoo! All right, that was one set. We got 2 more to do. All right, wiggle the toes. Take a little sway side to side. Rock those shoulders back. We're gonna take, ooh, excuse me, 2 more sets. So pelvic floor up and in, low belly. Belly button, rib cage. Tuck the chin. Inhale, exhale, scoop. And inhale and release. Inhale and scoop. Take a sip and release. Inhale and scoop. Inhale and release. Go deeper into the core. Check your pelvic cradle. Pull up that pelvic floor. Get deep into that low belly. 5 more. Two more. One more. And release. Woo! Reach those legs out. Take a big stretch up. Give me that tilt. Little sway, side to side. Woo! All right. We're going to continue that with another set of 10. Oh, I'm going to take a little longer tilt here. Now I'm feeling that heat right up over the top of my glute meads into my insertion points for my latissimus dorsi connects, and my obliques connect, and my transverse abdominis connects. So feeling that heat right there. All right, let's get set up. Heels close to the glutes. I want to pull the pelvic floor up and in. Rock those shoulders open, tuck the chin, low belly, belly button, ribs. Inhale, fire it up. Take a sip and release. That's our rhythm. Relax those shoulders. Unclench the teeth. Four more. 2 more. One more. Oh, and down. Oh, big reach long. Take a long stretch with the legs and the arms. Oh, little rock side to side. Woo, let's take a big tilt of the knees. And switch. Ooh, today's gonna be low back and belly. It's gonna be tough. All right, so we're gonna expand on what we just did by taking this walk out. So we're gonna start with the legs at a comfortable angle, heels on the mat. We're gonna engage that core, same as before. This time, we're gonna take these little tiny sips. And we wanna keep that belly engaged and tight, and we wanna zip up all the way under the ribs. And what we're gonna be doing as we take those little inhales and exhales is walking the feet to the end of the mat. We've done this one before. So you're just gonna take little tiny steps through the heels, and then come back. That's it. That's what we're gonna do. We have 3 sets of 10 each. Take a little rock side to side. All right, here we go. Let's tuck the chin. Pull that belly button up and in. Pull the pelvic floor up. Draw the belly together. Shoo. Scoop those ribs. Relax the shoulders. All right, here we go. We're going to inhale and exhale, step. Step. Inhale. Step. Step. And back. And fire. Keep going. And go. One more. And done. Woo! All right. So you've got the feeling of that when we extend, these ribs want to pop up. So we got to really go deep on that extension to maintain contact with the entire core. I really like that one. All right, so that was a little slower of a pace, but now we're just going to take our little inhales and exhales in pumps and in puffs. Keeping that belly engaged. We're breathing against the diaphragm, all right? Okay, let's reset. Pelvic floor, low belly, belly button, ribs, relax the shoulders, tuck the chin. Here we go. Relax those shoulders. I'm feeling mine tense up. Keep going. Two more. And one more. And release. Woo! I was getting a little wonky with my steps. I think it's going to be, I think I've nailed it down. It's 4 steps out, 4 steps back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's a good count. We have one more set. Oh, I'm really feeling this one at the center of my low back and my sacrum. And right in that space up, right over my pelvic cradle into the QLs. All right, let's take our last set. Reset, pelvic cradle. Ooh, that was a terrible cue. Pelvic floor. I am a Pilates instructor. Low belly, belly button ribs. Tuck the chin. Okay, remember 4 steps down, 4 steps back. And here we go. Start with your inhale. Continue on. Pull deep into those core. Drop that, or not drop the pelvic floor, lift the pelvic floor up and in. It's really rough in this one. Relax the shoulders. Three more. And 2 more. And relax. Woo, I like that one. It's moving, it's working, it's a little stretch. Yeah, that's a good one. All right, although my mouth's getting dry, but I'll take a little sip of water in a minute. Okay, so we're going to remain in this position, but we're going to extend legs. Take a little rock side to side. We're not going to worry too much about imprint in this position because we are only going to be working one leg at a time. But what I really want you to be concentrating on is working this low belly. So you'll feel it right now with the legs extended. It's really hard to get deep into the low belly, and it's almost impossible to get your pelvic floor up and in. So what I want you to think about, so this is what I'm calling a knee whoosh. It's not official. It's just a really lovely way to work extension through the leg and draw up into a asymmetric reverse crunch. That was a very big, long sentence for this. We're going to take an inhale and we're going to pick this one leg up and draw it as close to the rib cage as we can as we hollow out that belly. And then we're going to lengthen it down in control. And then we'll take the other side. Inhaling and then take the swoosh. Swoosh. Hollow this belly out. And then you're going to slowly return that leg. So multiple things going on here. We're going to be scooping up and taking that reverse crunch. As you extend, you're going to feel the core, the low belly, fight against those hip flexors. So we really got to get deep into that core when we do that extension. All right. Remember to keep the feet completely relaxed. Wiggle the toes. It's going to be very hard, or it's going to be very easy for your feet to just tense up in this one because of the position of the legs. This one we have 3 sets, but we're only going to do 8 rather than we've been doing 10 and 12. So it's going to be fine. We're all good here. We're going to get stronger. We're going to feel better. All right. So let's pull the pelvic floor up and in if you can. Pull that low belly together. This is a fight. Draw the belly button together. And then anchor these ribs. Inhale and go. Inhale and extend. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and extend. You can hear that in my voice. Inhale and fire. Inhale, extend. Inhale, go. And release. 2 more. And release. Woo, let's stretch those arms up. That is a strong exercise. So I'm feeling that deep in my low belly. I'm feeling it in my hip flexors, and I'm feeling it in this insertion in my glute medius and my obliques transverse abdominis. So I'm feeling that equally on the front and back of my hip, which is a twofer. Wow, balanced work is rough. Okay, that was 1 set of 8. We got 2 more to do. Just working that out. Try to keep those shoulders relaxed. Really try to keep this engaged. Take your sip and then slowly control it as the way out. Don't let these ribs flare up. Don't let the low back arch off the mat. Just keep that plane stable. I don't care about the imprint, but I want you to keep that hips, ribs, shoulders stable. All right, let's lengthen those legs. Pull the pelvic floor up and in. Oh, excuse me, draw the belly together. Get tight into this low belly. So hard. Low belly button, ribs. Inhale and fire. Swish. And release. Tuck your chin. Keep those shoulders rolled open. Keep engaged. 2 more. And release. Woo! I'm going to take a little sway side to side. I'm feeling that shift deeper into this low abdominal core, closer to the center of my pubic bone. That is good. I mean, you know, for work to get deeper into the muscle group. Woo! Who said we were doing 3 sets of these? Oh, I did. Okay, take a little pelvic tilt and let's fire up this again. We'll take a little stretch in between. So lengthen those legs, keep that shoulder, or keep the chin tucked, keep that gentle press of the shoulders open. I felt myself kind of curling up, and that stress came right up the backside of, right up to the inside of my neck. So that's when I knew I was lifting, trying to lift with my shoulders rather than concentrated it on my core. Let's get ready. Pelvic floor, low belly, belly button, ribs. Inhale, fire, and extend. Fire. Anchor those ribs. Two more. And release. Woo! That is some work. Press up into pelvic tilt. Take a little sway side to side. Oh. All right, I'm going to grab a quick drink. Oh. All right, so we're going to work a little bit more in this extension. We're going to do some cross body work. and this one's tiny, but it's gonna be a real powerhouse of a move. So we're going to lengthen legs again, and we're gonna widen them up a little bit. So maybe just put the heels toward the corner of the mat. We're gonna take the arms into a very wide, I'm even gonna say maybe a W or a Y, very wide placement out the diagonal. And yes, we could just take a nap in this position, but that would defeat our purpose. Or be the best idea I've heard all day. I don't know. All right. Take a little rock side to side. Now what you're gonna notice is it's gonna be very hard to activate your pelvic floor in this extension. What I'm really focusing on for you guys, what I want you to focus on is the anchor of your ribs. So you'll notice when we just splay out like this, you can feel that V of your rib kind of flare out. I want you to pull the belly button into the spine, and then I want you to anchor those ribs. So we're drawing the ribs down away from the extension of our arms. Tuck the chin, and then we're gonna go opposite arm, opposite leg. So we're just gonna take an inhale, and we're gonna lift, just like that, and then lower. So you're gonna lift opposite arm, opposite leg, press the palms up, just about, I'm gonna say 3 to 4 inches. Same thing, it's not a big lift, it's a tiny lift. All right, here we go. Inhale and lift. Inhale and lower. Inhale and lift. Inhale and lower. Keep moving. I think this one's called starfish and fire or something like it. But we do kind of look like a starfish moving its legs. Here we go. Oh, draw that belly in, anchor those ribs. 2 more. And again. And release. Woo! Are you feeling that? I'm feeling that all the way under my pec, right across to the hip, and down the inside of my leg. So that's the activation when we do that cross body work. I'm gonna bring my knees up and take a little rock side to side. Oh. Ooh, excuse me, I've got the yawns tonight. What is wrong with me? Okay, guys, we're gonna fire it up. We have 2 more sets of those. So let's lengthen the legs, move the heels out to the corner of the mat. Open up those arms, palms up, out the diagonal. Wiggle the toes, relax the feet. All right, try to get the pelvic floor up and in. It might not work right here. Squeeze that low belly. The most important part of this is the belly button and those ribs. Anchor those ribs down. Take your inhale. Here we go. I forgot to lift my arm on that one. Draw that belly button in. Oh, I just did the same arm, same leg. This is tough. And fire. Release. Ooh, wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, roll the ankles. This is strength work in the extension. So we're working against the length of the muscle to strengthen our core. That's why that feels like that. Little rock side to side. Ooh, I think I almost got a glute med cramp on this side. Take a little sway. I'm liking this flow tonight. I'm really digging it. I mean, I'm feeling the work, but it also feels good. Okay, so let's lengthen out the legs. Take the heels to the corner. This is our last set. Open up those arms, tuck the chin. All right, give me low belly, belly button, ribs. Inhale and fire. Forgot to pick up my arm. Pull the low belly in and anchor those ribs. And release. Woo! I'm telling you, that last round was really confusing my brain. It doesn't take much, let me say. Okay, let's take a little slide of those hips down, side to side. Woo, I'm feeling some big low back heat here, right up the side of my body. All right. All right, we've done a lot of low body work, but now we're gonna take just our easy chest lifts. And by easy, I just mean the most basic of chest lifts. So we've worked these. I'm just going to say a shout out to Sue. If this is working that shoulder too much energy, maybe just do a cactus arm just to keep the arms out of it. And then just think about lifting just those tips of the shoulder blades and down, right? But I'm going to touch the back of my ears. I'm just going to touch the back of my head. I've got a nice wide angle, but shrug those shoulders down and open them up flat on the mat. Try to relax the feet. Remember, we're not pushing into the floor. We're going to pull the pelvic floor up and in. Low belly, ribs, belly button. Inhale, and just lift the chest. Inhale, and lower. Inhale, and push. Inhale, and lower. Inhale, and go. Hollow out the belly, pull up the pelvic floor. Squeeze that low belly in. Tuck those ribs. Little tuck of the chin. And release. Woo! How's that serving you? All right, we got 2 more reps, 2 more sets. Yeah, 2 more sets. We're going to now increase that rate by breathing against the stretch as we lower the body. So everything that we've done in this session today has been moving with the exhale, holding with the breath, holding with the inhale. This next one is going to be an inhale. We're going to exhale, and then you're going to slowly inhale, but you've got to keep those ribs down. So we're amping up the heat of the core. This is the next step up. All right. All right, we're going to take those fingers right behind the ears. Shrug those shoulders down. Give me a nice flat shoulder blade. Relax the feet. Here we go. Little tuck of the chin. Pelvic floor up and in. Low belly. Belly button. I guess I'm doing all kinds of sound effects today. Ribs. Inhale. Chest lift. Slowly inhale down, but don't release the core. And fire. Inhale down, but don't release. And fire. Inhale, but don't release. Keep moving. So small. Pull up the pelvic floor. I just lost mine. And release. Wow. I'm telling you, you got to really double check that zip up as we're moving because I totally released my tension in the pelvic floor. I had to go deep to get it back. Wiggle the toes. Wiggle the fingers. Roll the wrists. Roll the ankles. Woo! One more set. Let's hit it. Resting fingers right at the back of the head. Flat in the shoulder blades. Fenton, shh. Oh, ridiculous. Okay. Dogs. All kinds of dogs in this house. Here we go. Pull the pelvic floor up and in. Pull the low belly together. Scoop the belly button. Anchor the ribs. Inhale and fire. Inhale down. And exhale. And go. And go. And go. Pull those pelvic floors up. Squeeze the low belly together. Tuck the chin. 2 more. And release. Whew, sorry, there was a gnat in here. I almost sucked it in. A little extra protein for the night. Take a big sway side to side. Let's lengthen those legs and stretch the arms up. Oh, guys, I am feeling it. From my top rib all the way down to my knees. Woo. Let me check time. Oh, we've got a little time to do one more set before we stretch. So, little rock side to side. And we are going to do a little swap out, a little leg lift. So we're going to do a little combination. Move the heels out to the corner. And we're going to take a little chest lift. So let's find that placement of the arm that works for you. Pull the low belly in. Pelvic floor if you can. Belly button. Anchor those ribs. Inhale. Let's take a lift of the chest. Inhale, lift the left leg and lower. Lift the right leg and lower. Keep going. Tuck the chin. Keep those elbows relaxed. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Drop those ribs. Come on, sink them. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. That was rough. Take a big sway over. Let's just take the knees and drop into this little easy twist. Feeling that right up the back, all the way into this middle rib. Oh, yeah. Let's draw across. Take that stretch to the other side. Okay, we're going to come back to center. We're going to take left foot over right ankle. Ooh, we're going to take a little external rotation. I'm already feeling the tightness in my hip flexor. All right, take the hand to the inside of the thigh and press out. Oh. Ooh, you guys feeling that? I'm feeling that. Try to relax that shoulder. Mine's trying to creep off the mat. Unclench the teeth. Relax down the sides of the neck. All right, we're going to release that pressure. Ooh, I'm feeling that, my piriformis. Get a little cramp. All right, we're going to take left hand to left knee, right hand to right knee. Oh, and squeeze up. Ooh, that's tight. We worked all the way down the glutes. Oh. And release. Woo. Okay, we're going to amp up this stretch a little. We're going to take this top foot and we're going to twist it. So I want you to think about putting that foot flat on the floor, but keeping the knee rotated away from the body. Oh. Feeling that stretch right over through the insertion of the oblique and over the top of this hip. Try to relax those glutes. Oh, we're gonna come up. We're gonna take the soles of our feet together, rock side to side, and let those knees hang in cobbler pose. Oh, take that stretch for the adductors. All right, press the hips into the mat. Let's draw those knees in. Take a little sway side to side. Ooh. All right, we're gonna take the right knee or the right ankle over the top of the left knee. I'm gonna take my hand to the inside of that leg and press out. Oh. Deep breaths, relax the glutes. All right, we're gonna release that tension. We're gonna take the right hand to the right knee, left hand behind the left knee, and draw those legs toward us. Oh. Whew. Release that foot down to the mat. We're taking this sole of the foot over to the floor. Try to keep that knee rotated away from the body. Relax the glutes. Oh. I'm making a lot of noise tonight. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling tight. I'm feeling the work. Ooh. Unwind it. Oh my goodness. Bring those knees up. Give them a little squeeze. All right. We're going to take a little windshield wiper. So widen the feet up. Put the big toe at the edge of the mat. We're going to take a nice big inhale at center and then just sweep on over. Oh yeah. Hips, low belly. Feeling it. All the way around through the transverse abdominis. We're going to do that 2 more times. Big sway over. And again. 1 more. And again. All right, we're going to go back to our cobbler pose. Press the soles of the feet together. Take a little rock side to side. This time slide those heels a little further away from the hips, widening up that ankle of knee, and then just take our stretch. Let's just breathe. All right, we're going to press the hips into the mat. Draw those knees together. Let's bring them up again. Give them a little squeeze. Oh. Little rock side to side. Okay, we're going to take the fingertips right behind the knees. I want you to inhale, engage the low belly. We're going to roll ourselves up. We're going to extend those legs out and take a big reach. Oh, yeah. Big stretch through the hamstrings. Big stretch right up through the low back. Slide on up out of that. We're going to widen that ankle. I'm going to say, yeah, go about as comfortably wide as you can. I want you to press those heels out away from the hips, getting up off the off the glutes. Make sure we're on the sit bones. We're just going to walk ourselves out, get a nice hamstring adductor stretch. So just take your hands and get yourself a little bit further out there. walk ourselves over to one side. I want you to take the opposite arm across the leg if you can. Tuck the head. Let's walk ourselves back to center. Maybe you've got a little bit more room to take a little longer reach. Come back up off that just a little bit. We're going to walk ourselves over and across the other leg. So take the opposite hand across the top of that leg, tuck the chin. Slowly come back to center. If you've got a little bit more room, maybe get a little bit longer. Let's walk it on up. Woo! Tuck those fingertips right behind the knees. Bring the legs in. Take a little rock side to side. I'm going to take 2 little forward folds. So I'm going to rest. I'm in gentle seated pose or pleasant pose, Sukhasana. My legs are bent, but I'm not stacking my ankles. And I'm just going to take a little roll down for a little forward fold right into the low back. Little rock side to side. Walk it on in. And then I'm going to switch the placement of my legs so that I've got the other leg out. I'm going to do that same thing. Just take a little fold and a little sway side to side. Walking my hands right back on up. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for Pilates and supporting the Fucking Yoga Company online. Keeping me safe, keeping you safe, doing our gig, doing our groove together, but apart. I'm really liking it. I'm getting into my, what am I talking about? Getting into my rhythm. There you go. My name is Julia. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, yoga@jclynn.com. Hit the website, the EFFING, yogablog.com. We'll be making a transition to Patreon September 1st. Right now you're seeing this in July, so if you're watching this at a different date, hit me up on Patreon and support my online gig. Outside of that, have a lovely evening, stay cool, and I will hopefully see you back again. Thank you so much. Have a good night. And on cue, the dogs start barking.